Welcome back. This is M-Dog. We are going to play The Lord of the Rings Online. That's the plan. We'll see how this goes, right? I'm going to start really slow and chill here because that's what this series is going to be. Slow and chill. It fits the MMO, which, by the way, Lord of the Rings Online is, without a shadow of a doubt, at this point, my number one MMO. I was late to MMOs compared to how old I am and how long I've played games. In comparison to that, I was late to MMOs. The first MMO I ever played that I remember, that I know of, was World of Warcraft. And I started in WoW after the first expansion had been released. So not even vanilla WoW, but Burning Crusade WoW. And let's see. See, this is how chill we're going to be during this series, right? We're even going to look up stuff. So Burning Crusade came out in 2007. And when I started playing WoW, it was towards the end of Burning Crusade. So when did Wrath of the Lich King come out? 2000. Boy. Guess we gotta spell that out because I got some weird results there. 2008. So we're gonna say it's November 2008 is when Wrath came out. So I'm guessing I started playing World of Warcraft in the summer of 2008 with my good buddy Artrex. Now, when did Lord of the Rings Online come out? So keep that date in mind, summer 2008. April 4th, 2007. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I would have to talk to Artrex. He'll remember this better than I do because he has a better memory. I was pretty sure we played Lord of the Rings Online day one, but I thought that we had already been playing World of Warcraft. I know we had. So whenever I first played Lord of the Rings, then I had already played WoW. The problem was I was already really into WoW at that time. So I appreciated LOTRO. And that sort of started this back and forth over the years where I would spend a lot of time playing WoW, or I would take a break from WoW and spend a lot of time playing LOTRO. And I think I used to, like several years ago, I would have said, my head tells me that LOTRO is my favorite MMO for a lot of reasons that we'll talk to as we go through this series for as long as we go. But the nostalgia, the pull of my heart was towards WoW because that was my first MMO experience. And boy, that first experience, as you know if you've been a long time player of MMOs, is really powerful. The first time Artrex and I played WoW, the first day together, the first time we'd ever played it was together, and we logged in. We had no idea what we were getting into. So, all that being said, over the years, there have been lots of MMOs that I've played at this point. Some of them with Artrex, some of them without. However, I've always come back to LOTRO, and over the past, I'd say 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years, if I've become less and less interested and more disenfranchised with World of Warcraft, it's cleared up the air. It's cleared up the space in both my mind and my heart, let's say. And LOTRO is now clearly my favorite MMO of all time. It's not even close. Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing here. We're going to start a level 1 character. My favorite class in the whole MMO, LOTRO, is the Lore Master. Now, I spent a lot of time playing the champion class as well. By the way, I'm on a new server here, so that's why I don't have many tunes, and they're all pretty low level, relatively speaking. But I've also spent some time playing a hunter. I would say that most time spent one would be Champion, 2 would be Lore Master, and then 3 would be Runekeeper, which is like right there as much as I've played Lore Master. Runekeeper and Lore Master, I've played both of those tunes on my main server back in the day, all the way up to, you know, really high level or whatever. I've never spent a lot of time at like max level, so I don't really know what it's like to play in-game of Lord of the Rings Online. But that's never really what's drawn me to this MMO, so I've never fought against that. I've never been worried about that. When I have been max level for short periods of time, I've not like sought out to. Anyway, it's just an area of this MMO that I just haven't spent a lot of time playing. So we're gonna do Lore Master because it's my favorite class, and if I'm gonna do a series like kind of slowly exploring this world that is based off of Tolkien's books, then I figured playing as my favorite class would be cool. I haven't tried the new Brawler class at all. That's the most recent class that was just released recently with the most recent expansion. So, I don't know. Could look at that in the future just to like try that class. I also would love to play a Hobbit, but you can't be a Lore Master as a Hobbit, which lore-wise makes sense. But we might do a Hobbit Hunter if we get the itch. But I think this will be our main focus for this series, is playing Grimdaw, the level 1 man Lore Master. Well, he won't be level 1 for long. All right, let's get started. I could just talk about this forever, but let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to have to watch things in terms of like camera setup, where we are. What if let's see, can I copy? So what I'm doing right now is adding a new scene to OBS, and I'm going to call this the Lord of the Rings online scene here. Let's see if this ends up working better. I think the only thing that's down here in the part of the scene that I'm covering with my camera now is really just the world chat. So, I know I said I was going to get started. I couldn't remember if there was a cutscene at the beginning, but I think because we have it automatically skipped the new player tutorial. There is no cutscene at the beginning. And the other thing that I'm noticing is I have never noticed that chicken before, first of all. Has that always been there? I guess it has. Now it looks familiar, but the other thing I'm noticing is that, or thinking about here, is that I might not be quite ready to get started. Let's talk about what we're going to do during this series. I think what I'll do is prioritize recording episodes going through the epic quest line, because that is, to me, the best story, that the thread just takes you straight through the game, all of the different parts of the game, and it also brings in the familiar content from the books, or if you haven't read the books, the movies. So it's cool how it intersects with that some. I mean, right here from the beginning, you've got Strider over there, which, if you're familiar with the story, is a really significant character. So I like that idea. B, or secondly, we might sometimes focus on certain zones, because as you get a little higher level, it's changed over the years. Now, going through the, if you follow the epic quest line, that mostly levels you through a lot of the content, but there will be times when it'll be nice to slow down and focus on a zone. Even early on, honestly, when we get to Bree, a lot of times I will, or this area around Bree, Combe to Stattle, I will do a lot of questing there just to get a little bit of a jump start on experience and stuff. And it makes sense because some of the places where you're going for the epic quest line kind of take you there. So as you can see, this is going to be a slow experience going through LOTRO. This is really a chance just to hang out and experience this world. You know, if you're not familiar with this channel or me, or don't want to sort of interact and have this kind of slow experience, then this is probably not the series for you. I just want to forewarn you in advance. But if you want to learn more about this game, or hang out with me, comment, interact. In fact, as we go, we may even like do a stream occasionally for some of these episodes so that folks can hang out live. We'll see how it goes. Then this is a good series for you. So one thing I want to pull up is the inventory. Now, we're going to have a lot of... Our inventory is going to be... It's going to have a lot of interesting stuff in it because of how long we've been playing this game and what versions of different expansions and stuff we have. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and put all of the inventory slots into one big thing. As we go, it's possible that I'll decide to have like one other bag open so that, and let's sort that. Do not show again. Yes, always can auto sort. But for now, we just want to have one big bag. And let's also look at our options. Like, I think eventually we will want to open up yeah. We will want those as being available. Because there are so many different abilities and items that you can use and stuff. Eventually it's nice to have those, and we may end up undocking them and putting them in different parts of the screen, but for now this is good. I think we're good to get started. Now, one cool thing about this, so we do have free presents. We'll go ahead and open those up. Why not? We'll get a gold present once per... What was that we just got? Oh, these are runes. Once per... week, I think, on the gold presents. But one thing that's kind of fun is I've been playing this game for so long, and a VIP for off and on over the years. We have tons of points that we can play with. So, like, I'm not going to do this because there's actually some story, and it's fun to like run around when you're level 1, figure out your basic abilities and stuff. But I noticed that they now have something. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Wait, what are discounts right now? Sales is more what I want to look at. Oh, that's cool. It's always fun, the stuff they have on sale in the store. So a lot of cosmetic items, it looks like. Alright, the boost to level 130. Wow. I have no idea why you would want to boost in this game. I mean, I guess if you play it all the time and there's one class you didn't really want to level, I mean, sure. But it's so fun to just, like, level in this game to me. No, there was something, though, that it's fairly inexpensive, and it allows you to... skip this little intro area. Level skip. Is it under the level skip? Yeah, so 100 gold, which at this point, you know, with having 7,000, it's not much, but you can skip the intro. But we won't do it. I just think that's a fun little thing for, I mean, I have played this intro area hundreds. I mean, I bet it's over 100 times, right? Although I'll still forget stuff because it's been a while. Okay, so let's look at our abilities really quick. Friend of Bears. We'll, we don't need to go that high yet, do we? Okay, we're going to summon our bear companion. Alright, so we should have... Now, I'll have to figure out... Oh, here it is. Alright, guard mode. Can I drag attack to, like, here? Actually, let's do here. I can. So we can have the bear go attack something first if we want to. Alright, so let's look at our abilities, though. Burning Embers. burns over time and slows their movement. 6 to 7 damage initially, and then 2 to 3. I think this can stack multiple times, or at least you eventually can. Gust of Wind, it has a chance to whip burning embers into a searing embers, which spreads the effect to nearby enemies. Costs 2 power. Has a 10-second cooldown. This lasts for 30 seconds. This is just a one-time thing. Then we have Lightning Strike. It cashes out Burning Embers, which is this one, for bonus damage. So if it's getting kind of low, we could just go ahead and hit it with lightning and just go ahead and kill it. Staff Strike is a melee ability. If our pet flanks the enemy, we will do bonus damage. And then this is Wizard's Fate. Burns your foe. If it's uses while the companion flanks the enemy, will heal some morale. So let's do this. This will be our healing ability. Do I want that on control? Let me think about this. Maybe I'll do Shift 5. That'll be our heal. Shift 5 will be our heal. So when we hear the flank sound, we know we want to do that. We want to do Wizard's Fate, especially if we want to heal ourselves a little bit. Alright, what have we got going over here? We've been awarded some titles. A lot of that, again, is because of how long we've been playing the game, I think. We have a quest item, but the requirements aren't met because we're not out of the intro yet. Alright, let's get started.
Thank goodness you're awake. That fellow Amdir seems very ill.
Alright, so we need to go check on how Amdir's doing. Alright. Alright, how you doing, Amdir?
Do not trouble yourself on my account. It is only a chill.
So actually in the tutorial, tutorial's probably about a 5 to 10 minute process. You see the Black Rider pierce his shoulder, if I remember correctly. Thank you for your concern, but a Strider for whom I fear. He is charged with a great task, but he tarries for my sake and for Archit's. Let's raise this up just a little bit. So, remember, Amdir's been hurt by a Black Rider's weapon, which is not good if you've read the books or seen the movies. But he's concerned about Strider.
There are too many deeds to be done. All pressing, and none of them easy.
Archit must be warned that the Black Wolves mean to raid the town, but I should be seeking a different Baggins right now. So there's a little a shout out right from the beginning of the game, shouting out fans of the Tolkien story. So we're choosing our first reward here, and we only can wear light armor, right? So we always will be taking the light armor.
Perhaps you can help, my friend. Captain Brackenbrook will not heed my warnings.
The Black Rider you saw last night seeks a Baggins, and our friend Mundo is not the one. So he's wanting us to go talk to Captain Brackenbrook to warn him so that Strider can focus on other things. Now, we did get some new gear. So let's go ahead and equip this. I assume it's better. It's light armor. Yeah, it's a little better, although I already miss not having our robe. Here's Captain Brackenbrook. Let's talk to him.
I don't like the look of those rangers one bit.
He's not happy about the Rangers being in his little town. So he doesn't believe it because there's no proof, but he does want us to check with the other townspeople. It's almost like he wants to share the decision-making with other people in town. So we got to go see if we can convince these people.
What do you need?
So she's saying the Black Wolves, they've not done anything but a bit of thievery. I don't believe that they're really coming to attack us. And if Brackenbrook says we're safe, I think we're safe. I can't remember. Can we get around this way? Yeah, it looks like we can. So, you see all this stuff in our inventory. A lot of these are like, year 1 gift boxes all the way up to year 12. I think 13 might even be out now, right? Is it all in order, or is 13 somewhere? You know, that's one way to figure out how long I've been playing the game. 12 years. So I must not have started playing right at the beginning. Unless they didn't start the year 1 gift boxes. I don't know. I'll have to do some math later. Okay, intro.
How can I be of service?
She trusts Captain Brackenbrook as well. But she is willing to help the injured. So at least there's that. Now you can see my little pet stances and stuff. Alright, Constable Thistlewool. Uh-oh. There we go. People of Archet do not believe us. They don't think that the Black Wolves could do what Strider is telling them that they could do. Alright, so let's go back and report. We will get our... I think he's going to give us some light gloves, right? And then I think we actually get to go do some action. We're getting a little bit of server lag right now. Hopefully this doesn't continue. I've really not experienced this very often before. But we definitely are.
Alas for peaceful folk everywhere. It is an enormous task to convince them that evil people with evil intentions will commit evil deeds.
Okay, so we're supposed to help him.
Before you try to fight, you must learn what skills you may from the trainer.
He recognizes we need some training before we go out and do the things that he wants us to do to help him. Put some gloves on. Obviously, one of the things about this MMO that's very old is that it could use a graphical overhaul. And there's some signs that that might be a possibility in the future, but
Hello, friend.
at this point, I think it's not been confirmed. It's a little speculative. Okay, so we're supposed to use Summon Bear. Remember to use him to aid us in combat. So we need to probably dismiss him and then resummon him. Alright, we have now summoned the bear.
Greetings, friend.
See that? One of the best level up graphical and audio representations of leveling up in any MMO, in my opinion. So this staff is a little better than what we have on. So we'll put that on.
Do you feel confident in what you have learned?
Are you ready to begin your great adventure? Yes, I am.
Dear, my
Ask
poor
Brackenbrook for directions and try to earn his favor.
shadow has
So basically, we got to go help the townsfolk some so that they will potentially start to believe the warning here. All right, how can I be of help?
I don't like the look of those rangers one bit.
All right, so one of the townsfolk has been having trouble with wolves lately, so we're supposed to help him and gather some king's foil to help treat Amdir's wounds. So we're out into the world. So it's interesting, this starts us in Archet here, and you can't leave Archet until you complete this sort of, you know, basically it'll get you about level 6 or 7 going through all this, and it's kind of this, the intro into the game.
Well.
Alright, so defeat wolves. Calling us the rumor monger for spreading the rumors we've been spreading. Alright, so now we need to go to the top of, or go around Bronze Folly and see what the source of the wolves are. Alright, so let's have our bear go attack the wolf. And we'll start spreading our burning embers. I love the way that Lord of the Rings Online handles loot. So loot, you don't ever have to click on something to gain the loot. You simply have to Oh, did you hear that? That little ding sound, I don't know if you could hear it or not, but that shows you when your pet, in this case the bear. Alright, let's do our lightning strike. When the bear has flanked the enemy. So this is the pending loot, this box here. So we'll see the loot as we gather it go into this box. I'll keep it open for now while we're doing this, but normally I would just keep it closed, and then at some point you can open that. You have 60 minutes every time you get loot to decide if you want to keep that loot. Alright, let's see what happens if we attack it first. The bear is so good at grabbing aggro. Oh, I think that was... Yeah, he's flanking him over and over. It's pretty cool. I love the... so we got that mangy skin. I love the graphical representation of some of the lore master's abilities. Alright, so there's 1 of 4 on the king's foil. Let's go ahead and get some combat started here with our pet. Alright, there's 4 out of 4 wolves, so we technically don't need to kill any more wolves, but we certainly can if we want to. They are infested around here. Alright, so I'm not going to have the bear attack at all. I'm going to attack first, and let's see if the bear pulls the aggro, because he's guarding us, so as soon as he attacks us, the bear will go attack him. And then, yep, the bear pulled aggro. Yeah, we all have all the king's foil we need. And these wolves won't aggro on us, so we can... Well, let's go ahead and clear this wolf. We'll try Gust of Wind this time. I don't think Gust of Wind is usually worth it unless you have... unless you have multiple enemies around. Especially without any talent points or anything in there. I think it's pretty weak. Alright, so there is the Wolfmaster. So that's who's been responsible of all these wolves here. He's barely hurting our bear, so we are good. Alright, he's been defeated. So I think we've done everything, those 2 quests we had. So when you hit loot all like that, they then go into your inventory. Or if we didn't want that loot, we could have decided to just like delete it. So all of these gift boxes, all the year anniversary gifts, as well as, well, there's some stuff we could go ahead and do some of this now, but a lot of it, until we're out of the inventory, out of the introduction, we can't, like, 10-year frame, the mortar frame, we can't really do. So I don't really want to get into all that until we're out of here and can go by Bree and like get to our bank and stuff, because it starts to multiply, like the amount of stuff that's in your inventory. Inventory management. We don't want to make things worse for ourselves.
You defeated the Wolfmaster?
Alright, he doesn't believe that Brackenbrook will expose us, but he has basically admitted that he is working against the town with the enemy. So we completed the Wolves of the Ruins, and we also just hit level 3. And eventually hitting levels will be a big deal in terms of putting skill points in and all that, but that doesn't start till I think level 5. I believe that is the case. It used to be higher, like maybe 10 or more like when you got out of here, but now you actually can choose your specialization while you're still in the intro.
Calder Cobb is a traitor. Danger has found you earlier than I predicted.
Calder Cobb is a traitor. How did the Blackwold know you were coming? Thank you for the risk you took to deliver the Kingsfoil. I will think upon this riddle while I prepare a salve for Amdir. So remember, Kingsfoil was used to help slow down the spread of the poison in Frodo as well.
I cannot decide which is more dangerous right now. Calder Cobb's treachery or the ignorance of Captain Brackenbrook.
Good question, Aragorn. Sorry, Strider. All right, there's a Blackwold brigand in the stocks. He's being held for robbery. You should go question him about Calder Cobb. So we're going to go talk to him. We got a new title? Be sociable. Nice. All right.
Oi, you there! Let me go! Calder Cobb can vouch for me!
All right, let's see if the jailer believes us.
Greetings.
It's good to make your acquaintance, Grimdaw. Does that mean his mutterings have been truthful? I do believe what you have come to Archit to tell. It's unprecedented, but all signs are showing the Blackwolves mean to attack us. How is it that they have the means? If Brackenbrook does not believe you, I may tell him that I do, for what it's worth. So we finally have someone that believes us.
How can you say this? Calder Cobb has been loyal to me since he was a boy. I suppose it would be wise to investigate your claim.
So he is finally at least starting to agree to investigate and take this threat serious. Talk to Cal Sprigley to assess the Blackwold threat in the south. His farm is south of here and they near the gate to the town of Combe. If all is going on, he'll know. All right, so we're getting there on getting him to believe us. Oh, we've got some little quests from these guys.
Changed since last night.
She's really worried about Amdir. So she wants us to go get some bilberries to create a medicinal tea.
Hey, you there! I'm hungry!
And it's so cool that one of the first hobbits you meet is a Sackville Baggins. Again, nice reference to the Lord of the Rings. All right. He just wants some food. I mean, just like any good hobbit, he's just hungry. Would you pick up some boar meat? Sure. We'll do that for you. All right, so now we go on the map. It'll show us where we need to head. One thing I like about this MMO is it tells you like general areas, kind of where you need to be to find what you're looking for. If you need to kill boars, it kind of shows you, hey, here's where you can find boars. But if you're looking for someone in particular, it shows you sort of exactly where they are with the ring. So it's kind of cool. In a lot of ways, this MMO does feel old school, but not so old school that it doesn't give you clues on where you need to go to fulfill your quest. It actively wants you to move forward in your quest. All right, do these spies attack if you get close to them? Yeah, so our first enemies that are actually going to attack us just for being close to us. I tell you what, he's level 4. And for whatever reason, there's the, for whatever reason, he's pretty tough for us. He took about half of our bear's health. So that's kind of rough. All right, here are some boars. Let's get our boar meat that we need. Oh, we don't want to do that. Oh, there's that sound. Surely you could hear it that time. We're standing so close to it, the sound was actually audible. We'll talk about what we're going to spec into once we get to be the level in which allows us to make those considerations. But I will tell you, there's one spec that allows you to basically make your pet stronger and stronger, and like the interplay between you and your pet becomes really important, and that's in the blue line. I like that, but I think my favorite line to play in as Lore Master is the red line. So it'll be, you know, kind of interesting. We might do a little bit of both. It's one thing that's nice about LOTRO is it's pretty easy to go back and forth between different builds. So we might explore both builds a little bit, but I imagine most of the time we'll end up in red line, but we'll see.
A stranger, eh? You're the best thing that's happened to us all day. Our best hope is to get help from Combe, our neighbors. They will not let our chet fall to brigands.
He's saying the road is crawling with brigands. I really think that the Black Wolds are attacking even maybe tonight. He totally believes in the danger, the risk here, and wants us to go try to get help. I love starting to get these, like, instead of gray items, we're starting to get these greens that actually have some, you know, some step up in quality. All right, so he wants us to look for some people. There's some farmhands, other folks who went to attack the brigands. Well, the brigands didn't expect the fight we put up, but the farmhands, including his father, have not returned. So he wants us to try to find the courageous farmhands as we go through our journeys here. All right, let's go ahead, and I think we just need 2 more pieces of meat from piglets. All right. All right, let's get the bear on this one. We have such limited abilities right now. I don't really think we have a very effective combo yet. It probably will become more effective once we are able to pick our specialization. And a lot of classes, actually some classes feel very powerful at the beginning, because this content is, you know, so easy early on. I feel like the Lore Master doesn't shine in the beginning, but once you get a few skill points put in to the line that you're going to go down and start, you know, choosing and getting some combos, then you start feeling more powerful. It's definitely not the most powerful class, I mean, but I think it's the most fun. So here is a bunch of the Black Wolds. They are blocking the exit from Archet. We can't even get to Combe to ask for help. So we're going to have to figure out things on our own with the folks that we have access to inside Archet. So now we go let Cal know of the dire news that we don't have access to Combe right now. Oh, we can also go ahead and get rid of some of our items that we've been collecting. So we'll collect Cell here and quickly go through and sell some of this stuff that we don't want to keep. So this, yeah. I don't think it. So later in the game, some of those basic items that you get off of beasts and stuff, you can actually turn those in for reputation, but I don't think you can do that with the stuff you get in the tutorial. All right, bring Spriggly's letter of warning to Brackenbrook. So he wants us to take the note back, and he's saying he'll believe us now. So on our way back, I think we go over here and do this first. I don't know. I normally do this next. I suppose you could go back, turn in your the couple of quests you've completed, and then come back out, but I think it runs a little more smooth to go to do it in this order. I think one of the farmers, yep, there's Thornton Woodley over here. He's one of the farmhands. I don't remember the name of the person who sent us on this. Will Wheatley. Okay, so remember Wheatley. So we're examining the lifeless body. He's been murdered by black wolves. Now, here is our first interesting enemy over here. Old Bloodtusk, level 5. I'll try to remember to engage him once we're a little higher level. If we weren't playing Loremaster, some classes I think we could just do it now, and we might be fine now since we have the bear, but I feel like it would take us a while to actually do enough damage to him, so let's wait till we're level 5 maybe. Alright, we need to get all this bilberry bush. Uh-oh. See, even this is a common enemy, but he's level 5, and he is just wrecking our bear. Alright, let's see if we can bring this to a close. Beautiful. Kind of works out. We got a new level, probably needed to resummon the bear anyway. Alright, let's finish getting our bilberry bushes and then find the last 2 farmers. Alright, we got a new ability. Transfers morale to an ally or companion. So that'll help keep our bear alive, I believe is what that means. That could be helpful. Wait. I think... Oh, we've already found 2. I forgot we already found 2. Who was the third one? Well, Walt Wheatley's the last one that's missing, which is Will Wheatley's dad. Oof, that arrow was on the mark. We have been deep wounded. Alright. Uh-oh. Here's Walt Wheatley. So that's going to be Will's father. Man, we are still... Whew. See how quickly we were losing health there? That deep wound, because of how low level we are, and that was not good. I probably should not have gotten... I forget how fragile we are as a Loremaster. I should not have gotten rid of those healing potions, even though they're very basic healing potions. If possible, we would like to make it to level 20 without dying, just to get that title. There's certain levels up to 20 that you get a title for living and not having died yet, or fallen in battle, or withdrawn, retreated, whatever they call it in this game when you go down. So we are now level 4. I do believe that level 5, it's either 5 or 7. I think it's 5 though, when you can now pick what spec you want to play as for the first time. And I definitely want to do that because I think that'll help us get a little more power creep going for our Loremaster. Ooh, the other thing we could do, now this might be worth it. We do have 2 legacy items. I think they're both earrings. They give us a little bit of an XP bonus. It's not that noticeable. What's really nice about them is they give us stats, though. That would increase our power as well. So let me think about what boxes those are in. They're definitely not in a year gift box. Like, they're not birthday items for the anniversaries of playing. Okay, so this is one that we want, right? So this is a pocket item. This gives us a little bit of XP, plus it gives us some stats. So that's definitely one that we want. What's this? Those are cloaks. We don't want to open that. And that's cosmetic armor, so that's not it. Yeah, we'll want to do that once we get out of here. Okay, so it's not that. It's not Armor of the Westfold. It's not 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's one of these, isn't it? So this is for Meneth Morgul. Alright. I think it's in these little boxes, right? That's cosmetic. Oh, it's not. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is one of them. And I'll open up my inventory in a minute to show you. We can go ahead and learn these. These are pets, basically. Non-combat pets. We have a shepherd dog. And a harness shepherd dog. We're not going to worry about those for now. Now there's another one. I bet it's going to be in here somewhere. And I do think this one has a box that you have to open, if I remember correctly. Alright, more non-combat pets, although these aren't pets, these are like kites. We can get those out. Let's see. Oh, this is it. Gifts from the High Elves. Okay. So, we can get this one, which has Might and Vitality. That's not Lore Master. Agility and Vitality. That's not Lore Master. Will and Vitality. That is for Lore Master. Alright, so now we have 2 earrings on. Both of them give us stats and a little bit of XP bonus, but that'll help our power a little bit. So we're not quite so pathetic. And again, we're not going to open any more of that stuff till we get to our bank.
Sure to cheer on to your right up.
Okay, so we get some fried mushrooms to eat. So let's look at these fried mushrooms. They give us +4 agility for 20 minutes. So we want to stay on top of eating food that gives us bonus to our stats.
This tea will help Amdir.
Make sure Amdir drinks all the tea. Okay.
This will do nicely. It gives me something to munch on for a bit, at least.
Hopefully this provender will last me until I can go back home. Provender? I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Alright, so we just got 1 ring, and then I think we get another ring after we, quote-unquote, force Amdir to drink all this.
But I have not the stomach to drink this now.
He can't get it down. But he doesn't want us to tell her that he couldn't drink her tea. He wants us to thank her for it.
Did my tea perk him up? I knew it would.
Okay. So now we have 2 rings on, which this one gives us 1 vitality and this gives us 1 might. So nothing that's really helpful. Vitality gives us a little bit of better life, but okay.
What have I done?
He reads it a second time and only does he look at you. I've been a fool. Oh, what have I done? So he's kind of broken. You know, he's finally in humility recognizing that he was wrong, and his pride kept him from seeing what he should have seen earlier.
Just how wrong I have been.
John, his son, they've had some kind of rift. They're, not talking. He hasn't been in town in over 3 years, but he wants to go get John and the other hunters and see if they can help. So we're going to ask Strider what we should do.
Do not despair.
Ask the Exiled Hunter to come home for Archit's aid. Alright. So, let's see. Did we already put our better pants on? We did. And what is this saying? We got a new title. Walked into Mordor. Oh, from opening up that treasure box. All right. So I think we're ready to go back out. Yeah. So, oh, we should have gone back. Ah, that's my fault. So I'll have to take the long way here. So we need to go back to turn in the Courageous Farmhand. And then we go straight over to where the Exiled Hunter is. Just a little bit longer path than we would have had. Not much, though. So one thing we will do in the future is start putting some cosmetic items on, different outfits. I love the cosmetic system in LOTRO. It's one of the easiest to understand right from the start. And there's plenty of cosmetic options. Many of them, I mean, a lot of them, in fact, well, let's don't say anything that I don't know for sure, but you have many cosmetic options, even if you're playing this as just a free-to-play game. I guess what I'm getting at is, yes, you can go into the LOTRO store and purchase cosmetics. I don't know why the store's not loading up. But you also get a lot of cosmetic options just from playing the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I am subbed to this game to support the development of the game. I certainly don't need to be at this point. Like, I have the content unlocked. I've got, like you saw, more points than I would ever probably even want to spend. Although it is pretty cool that we can buy a house. I don't have a house on this server, so at some point in this series, maybe we can go buy a house, which is super fun. All right, so right now there's 20% off shared wardrobe and more. I think I have all of the shared wardrobe spaces unlocked on my account. So I think that's why it's not showing me that option, but let's just make sure. I also might make sure after we get out of the inventory that it doesn't pop up differently there. Oh, nope, here we go. All right, so this is on sale. Add 10 shared wardrobe slots. I'm absolutely going to do this while it's on sale. So let's also look really quickly at this last thing. I might get it while it's on sale as well. Cosmetic outfit slot unlock. So I guess one thing I want to check, I'm going to have to take a quick bio break. One thing I want to check is how many slots do we have? So we have 3 currently. All right, let me take a quick bio break and then I'll be thinking about it. I'll be right back. Oh man, I just love this game. Okay, so one reason why I'm happy to get that shared wardrobe space that we already got, storage, is because that's an across all of your account item. I believe this is 2. So let's click on that and see if it brings us right to that item that's on sale in the store. I think it is loading. I feel like things are just loading weird because of that we're in the intro still or something. I don't know. I don't usually see this kind of delay, but for all characters on your account. So I am going to do one more of these. This will give us 4 options. I feel like that's a good number. Now we could go and get another one, but I like cosmetics. I don't necessarily like switch them all the time or anything. So 4 for a character is probably going to be good. Okay. No, it cannot be, my poor father. And the others, no, it cannot be, it cannot. I feel terrible for Will Wheatley here. Will is silent for a long moment, his eyes closed, but after a great pause he is roused. I will have my revenge upon those black wolves, or I will die trying. Archit will never fall to such murderous fiends. So again, this staff is an upgrade, so we will do that. However, it doesn't have stats on it other than the increase of DPS. So ultimately, because we do staff, strikes so seldom, it's not really that helpful. We need to get to the point where we're getting items that give us increased stats or, ability upgrades. But some of the nicer stats do look cooler too, just from a cosmetic perspective. Okay.
How can I be of service?
Nothing needs to be repaired. So now we want to go. Let's see how we do against. What level are these 3? Now let's wait till we get to level 5. Let's go see if we can. I guess I was wrong about level 5. So what's our level 5 title? Is that because we haven't died yet? Oh, abundantly sublime Grimdaw. For 12 years you have fought to advance a more glorious Middle Earth, free of evil's grasp. Legendary Traveler. Oh, I guess I'm wrong. So it must be level 7 then? I don't know. It's level 5 and we still haven't. Alright, here's that's level 3. I wanted to fight something that's level 5 to see, kind of get a feeling on how powerful we are compared to what we were before. To see if we want to attack. So he's got 440 hit points and we're doing how much damage? 14 to 21. That's level 3. I think we can probably take him. I guess let's try a regular black wolf first. All right, go get him, bear. So this guy's got 220, so about half as much as that. All right, so we've got 1 stack. Now we've got 2 stacks. Yeah, our bear did better. I think we're going to be fine. Let's take on old Blood Tusk. We backed down from no one. All right, go get him, bear. We definitely want him to be attacking the bear as long as the bear can make it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a heal on the bear. Oops. All right, he's got 2 stacks on him. Let's do lightning here. This should about do him. Yes. Not a problem, right, bear friend? No fun loot because we're in the intro, but that was pretty cool. All right. So now we got to go find the Exiled Hunter. He's way up there. Let's go on this side of the river. Kind of over here on this side is a little bit higher area. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can get out of the store, though. I mean, they've done a great job over the years. I wasn't, thrilled back in the day when LOTRO went free to play. I mean, that was a different time. But I will say that I always felt like of all the MMOs that switched to free to play, LOTRO handled it the best, in my opinion. There are other examples. I won't name names, but MMOs that I did play that I really enjoyed that did not handle that transition nearly as well. And there's so many cool systems in LOTRO. You're not seeing it now because this is so early in the intro. Once we're out of the intro, you'll slowly start, more and more systems will be introduced. Even things like the fact that you can get rewards for killing a certain amount of things, and you'll get trackers, and you get rewards for doing that, and you gain LOTRO points. by doing things in the game that you can then spend on things in the LOTRO store. So it's not like, unlike some games, it's not like it's constantly just trying to get you to spend real money. I mean, of course, there's opportunities to spend real money if you want to. And like I said, I go VIP just so that I can support I sub premium so I can support the development, whatever. I usually buy the, newest expansion. I haven't done that yet with the current one, but I usually do to, again, support the stuff. But
I presume you're here to bring me ill news from town.
There's so much you can earn just by playing the game. It's really cool. You come from town, do you? I've been watching from the bounds. The skies have turned dark and fell, and there's a shadow of unrest over Archet, over men and beasts and trees alike. Let me guess, my father has not the wisdom to observe such things, so you heard of his exiled son and came to me for aid. Out with it. I want to hear what you have to tell. So we have to choose a reward. It's the first time we've gotten shoulder pads.
Calder Cobb has shown his true colors at last.
Calder Cobb has shown his true colors at last. I knew him to be an evil-hearted, but my father is too trusting. He's not like to think ill of people. His blindness wounds me, but he's a good man. To answer your question, yes, I will come to Archet's aid, and I am my fellows. I'm a hunter and a skilled warrior, trained by my father and captain, and I would rather die than sit idly while foul brigands crash upon a decent people. Let us see what there is to see before the storm is upon us. While I gather my warriors and my weapons, you should sneak into the Black Wolves' roost and uncover their plans of attack for tonight. All right, so he's going to give us a mission. We're going to go do said mission, and he's going to gather troops, reinforcements. Let's see what level the Marsh Fly Queen is. Oh, there she is. She's level 7. She has 540 hit points. Do we think we can get her as well? Let's try it. We can always try to retreat if things start going really poorly. This is going to be interesting. I think the bear will die, but... Oh yeah, he's already got a pretty bad wound. Alright, let's heal him. Keep him alive a little bit longer. Alright, that's 2 stacks. Let's go ahead and do lightning. Now let's go through the sequence again. Oh, that bear's gonna come through for us. If it wasn't for the bear, not a chance. But I think the bear lasted long enough. Now we're gonna be able to do it. Now the nice thing about the Marsh Queen, let's go ahead and get our bear back, is the Marsh Queen gives us a Marsh Fly Queen husk, which is a quest item we can turn in. Lady of the Flies. Show the Marsh Queen to someone at the Hunter's Lodge. So it's actually an extra quest in the intro. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we need to defend brigands to thin their ranks, and then gather information about the Blackwall raid. Pretty cool animations, I think. I'm not sure if I have. There's some like advanced combat animations you can turn on to sort of smooth things over to make the attacks and stuff. It's simply cosmetic. It doesn't actually affect the amount of damage you're doing and all that, but it makes things look a little more, a little smoother. They introduced that, well, years ago at this point, but it wasn't available in the very beginning. Alright, I think we have to go attack her with the bear. I think she'll shoot us if we go get that, if we get too close without... Once the bear attacks her, we can start sending some flames up there. I definitely think getting the stats off of the earrings and stuff definitely helped us get a little bit more powerful. All right, so we're good now. What level are we? 5.5, a little over 5.5. It's probably be 6.5 when we turn all this in. We'll see. Does this take those away? No, it does not. Ooh, it changed one of them. Oh, I love it. It improved it. So does it improve it every time? No, it has a chance. I wonder what the chance is. And I think, again, through skills and stuff, you can increase that chance or make it more effective. Something. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've looked at all of the skill trees for Loremaster. But hopefully some of the more desirable skills will come back to me as we get into that. All right, this is easily going to put us to level 6. We've actually got 2 quests to turn in here.
Greetings.
Oh, we can now do class traits. It was level 6. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. What is this? Oh, slows enemy attack speed and reduces parry chance. So I think we'll have to test this. Is this something? Let's try this on something. Yeah, so it doesn't hurt the enemy, but it puts a sigil or a sign on them which debuffs them for 30 seconds, it looks like. So I'm trying to think about where we want to have that. We'll get different signs as we go. All right, okay. We want to check. I mean, we want to pick a specialization here. All right, this is what the skill trees are basically. How you go sort of into advanced classes in Lord of the Rings Online. I think we're going to go red tree to start off with, but I also, like I said, from pretty early on, we'll also probably play around with blue spec. But let's start off in red. DPS build focused on dealing significant damage from a distance. Skills interact to maximize damage to one or multiple targets. 20% fire damage, 20% chance for lightning strike to strike twice. And your felines, if you use a cat, companions have increased attack damage and slightly increased morale and power. It's also cool because these are bonuses you get as you go down the tree. You get these as basically like set bonuses or passives. They're not all passive. Passive's not the right word. You get them as like set bonuses. All right, so let's choose this. We don't actually have any points to spend, but we get that initial bonus from choosing this spec. So we can rename this, and this will be our fire or red line spec. And then, like I said, later we'll choose a blue pet or blue spec to play around with as well. So, I mean, so that means the one that I use the least, at least initially, is the Ancient Master. His lore knowledge to hinder and confound foes. This feels like something that would be good if you're in a group. A CC build with wide range of debuffs and power restoring abilities for the Fellowship, using chains of harmful skills to enhance debuffs. Test of Will. Damages and stuns the target. I mean, I've never played as like trying to level primarily as yellow. It might be fun. A lot of CC. But again, I think this one is really geared towards like being an advantage when you're playing in doing group stuff, fellowship stuff.
Good work, my friend.
This will be a great boon to Archit. Now we'll be able to counter their efforts with the proper strategy.
I believe there is hope for us yet. We only need a strategy.
It's an unfortunate hat, but we'll take it. Talk to the Atlee Spiderbane about the old East Path. The plans also show a map that points to the old east path, so I guess that's where they're going to attack from. We all avoid that path other than this one person he wants us to talk to, who's Atlee. Just not sure if I want to do that. I mean, I want to do that. It's like, it's just a long sort of, almost like a cutscene. But I'm just looking at the time. We're already so far over an hour. But I'd love to get through this intro in our first episode, because that's when the game really starts to open up. All right, so he wants us to go defeat spiders. But honestly, we've still probably got 15, 20 minutes left to get out of here. We'll see. And then next episode will be really fun, but and one of the things we'll try to do in the next episode is unlock all of those gift boxes and maybe look at some cosmetics and get to the bank in Bree. Also got to decide if I want to if I actually want to go do some questing in the Shire. Even though we're not a hobbit, that doesn't mean we can't go do some questing over there. So I just don't know. Man, back in the day, I feel like even in the intro, these spiders might have aggroed. I'm not sure though. That might not be the case. But until you're out of the intro, in my opinion, there's no point in like killing all the spiders, because eventually we'll get a deed to for killing spiders. We do have to kill 4 of them though. Level 6 spider. I was going to look at something. Oh, wait. Yeah, this. Yeah, I think I want to switch it to assist. Let's see how well it seems to work on assist. In other words, then he'll start attacking targets that I attack instead of targets that are attacking me. Let's see if this worked. So I'm not going to have... So what I've been doing is manually having him go attack. But when I start to attack, first hit lands, he'll start attacking. So now he won't wait until the spider actually hits me for the first time. So for now, I think that makes more sense. Because if it's a weak enemy like this, we'll just go ahead and initiate the first attack, save the time instead of one less button press of having, having him go in and attack. But if it's a harder enemy that we definitely want him to get good aggro on, then, down the line, then we can still manually have the bear go attack first. Once we have other pet options, spoiler alert, we probably won't be using the bear. Again, unless we just really need the bear to tank something. But if that's the case, then we'd have to go blue line, because I think in red line, the bear is probably not beefy enough, doesn't have enough bonuses and such to be able to handle tanking for too long. We'll see how it goes though. It just depends on, I think some of it depends on how you approach leveling. If you're under leveled to stuff you're trying to do, then things are a lot harder. If you're, obviously a little higher level, then things will be easier.
A dead end will surely work in our favor.
We'll take gray dies, I think. All right. We're ready to go. So this is one of the really cool aspects of this game, and it's just sort of like a teaser for this. But you have these like instances where you sort of play through missions to continue the storyline. And it really mostly is just the epic quest line that does this, but it creates some really fun story moments. So we're helping the son as he tries to save Archit and find his father. So one thing we've got to do
Our chat must still be saved.
is we need to move. Let's see, if I go control backspace, we need to move the bear and
There are more up ahead.
the temporary companion are getting in the way. So I need to move this. Alright, let's see. What do we want to move? So, maybe if bear goes over here. Oh, that's mounted companion. So that way the escort, so the bear will be below us and escort will be there. Alright, then hit control U. I mean, how cool is that though? How, I mean, you can just change almost anything about the UI and it's very easy to do. Alright. There's Alti.
Otley is ahead.
Otley.
All must not be lost. Well met, friend. Is the crafting hall safe?
That was really cool. You could see by the effect that we just did the gust of wind and it spread the burning embers to all of the enemies.
Although the mad badger burns, I still hold out hope.
My father will still be alive, I know it. There's Captain Brackenbrook and John. Father, I knew you would
I
survive.
knew you would survive.
Does Archet fall now? I have been a fool. This is not the time for blame. We must look only to defending those who count on us for safety. So Amdir's here. The hobbits are here. Looks like Strider had to leave, which he did tell us that he had to go take care of something else. Why is everybody fighting us? So this is one thing why defend might actually be better. I'm going to put him back on guard mode, I think. Boy, the server is just... I don't know what's going on here. There's level 7. Uh-oh.
No more time for games. We come for the Ranger.
Oh, shoot. We fought this whole time. We have a point to spend now, too. So Calder Cobb came with the Cargols. Amdir is now a servant of Mordor. Come, Dunedain. Yes, master. So Amdir's giving in to the poison, at least to a degree. He's now being controlled by the Cargols. Calder Cobb, do what you're finished. Finish what you came to do. Uh-oh.
Father, no!
I love how that ability spreads our burning embers.
What misery has befallen us?
This is a sad day indeed. Archit is burned, my father is dead, and the ranger was taken by evil men, if men they can be called. Now all we can do is wait for the flames to die down. Then, with luck, we may begin to rebuild our poor town. What tragedy has befallen us this night, but we defeated the Black-Wold menace. I think it will be long ere they grow so bold again, with or without the help of the evil masters from Angmar.
With the Black-Wold's attack foiled, the people of Archit have begun to rebuild. Yet not all hurts are so easily mended. The fate of the Ranger Amdir remains uncertain, and may have dire consequences for Breland. But hope remains that he may yet be saved.
Amdir, can he be saved? That is the question. As we move out of the intro and into the prologue, I believe. All right. The storm is upon us. The loss of my father is a painful one, but my pain is no greater than any others here in Archit. The people of Archit regard you as the hero, and I agree with them, Grimdaw. Without your quick thinking, we would have lost more lives. You were the one who faced down the evil men and drove them and many of Black-Wolds from their woods surrounding our town. We owe you much. It's good to know that the Grimdark growing across the land will have such fierce adversaries as yourself. So, we get several rewards there, including the ability to return home to wherever our home is set, which for now it is set in this milestone here. Archit and Breland. We'll move that once we get out of this area, but for now it is there. And I think that'll do it. Next time we play, we will start off by talking to John Brackenbook here. Gives us some prologue quest. And then I think we have something to turn into Constable Thistlewool. We also got this gift pack, which again is just going to overload our inventory, but we will have to deal with all that as well. And we will do so. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we have a quest item, multiple things to do here next time we start. The only thing I did want to do is look, just since you've made it through this far, let's see where we might want to put our first skill point. So we can either do Master of Fire, which gives plus 5% fire type damage. I can already tell you that's going to be what we want to do. 5% of an increase in damage just for one skill point. We're going to want to max this out for sure. And then Tactical damage gives us plus 2% tactical damage. Now that's good. I think tactical damage does affect a lot of our abilities. Ooh, actually, let me think about this. I guess it depends on, I mean, so much of what we do in the red tree is fire damage. I still think it's worth going here first. But this will affect even stuff that's not fire-based. And one thing you can do is you can go down and find tactical damage, and it'll tell you, oh, that's, here we go. Oh, that's mitigations. Where's our... avoidance, mitigation. I guess it's tactical damage. I guess it doesn't break down tactical damage specifically, but we see what our tactical offense or tactical attacks do based on this stat. It is something that's good for us, but I'm going to go with the 5% over the 2%. So we're going to have to do 5 points on the top line anyway. So we'll go 3 here and 2 here. I think you only want to do that in red line though because it's specifically fire. We may end up going back on that. This is a game that is easy to respecialize, re-put in points, which is so cool. But I think that is what we want to do for now. And what we'll want to be watching is how many of our attacks in the future are doing fire damage. Well, I think Burning Embers ends up being, for now at least, like our main source of damage. So for now, that makes sense to me. We'll see if we want to reassess that down the line, though. Okay. It's been a long one. I'll try not to go this long in future episodes, I don't think. I mean, this is like almost an hour and a half at this point. But I really appreciate you joining me. If you've made it this far, that is unreal. You're a very patient and determined viewer, so thank you. Thank you for all the support. I know a lot of you are used to watching Russian Fishing 4 and other fishing, hunting videos and stuff, games on this channel. But my other passion in terms of gaming is MMOs, and this is my favorite of all the MMOs. So, as always, I really appreciate you being here. Let me know if you're enjoying the LOTRO series that we're starting here tonight. And if you've ever played LOTRO or have interest in Lord of the Rings Online, let me know. But as always, thanks for the support. I'll see you next time.